Hi everyone, this is Dr. Marco, and this week's health tip we're going to do a visual explanation of how stress affects our life and our health. So this is a little demonstration model that I came up with one night. It just came to me, and I had a guy when I used to work in Italy, he actually constructed this out of wood for me. And a lot of people have seen it in my room, but I haven't always used it or described it. And so hopefully this will help people here that are clients or just the general public get a better idea of how chiropractic have an influence on your body and how stresses affect our health, basically. So this here is supposed to be a representation of our spine or our nerve system, the brain, the spinal cord, and the nerves. Just think of this as like a good, free, nice, loose system like that. So this is ideally when somebody is healthy and functioning with ease and flow. That's a good system there. So what happens is we can have physical, chemical, or emotional stresses that can have a negative impact on our health and our life. And if those stresses overwhelm our body, it can cause the tension to be stored in our body. So for example, most people that come to see me know that I have a focus on pregnancy care and pediatric care, and the reason for that is during the birth process, it's very, very common for doctors to pull on the head of the baby to pull it out of the birth canal. So they'll twist the head like this, they'll try to pull it down to clear the shoulders, pull it up to clear the bottom one. If the birth is difficult, they might put forceps on the head of the baby. They might stick a vacuum extractor on the baby to pull it out if it's coming out as a C-section, etc. So basically, anybody that's born in North America through regular procedures basically could have a stress to the neck right from that procedure. So usually the first stress that happens to our spine and our nervous system comes from the birth process. So that's the first kind of stress that could be accumulated there. That's why it's important that chiropractors check babies right after they're born. So what happens is, the baby's like this, and maybe mommy's changing the diapers and she lifts up the baby's one leg like this all the time, or maybe you have an over-exuberant relative that says, hey, nice baby, and they're doing this with your baby. So all of those things may add a couple of more turns and twists to the baby's nerve system. Then baby starts to get up and, oh, I'm going to start to walk. So do babies walk perfectly right away? No, it's a learning process, right? Boom, fall on their bum, fall over, impact. I don't know what the statistics are, but I think about half of all children by the time they've reached 1 year of age have fallen from a height of about 1 meter, either off the change table or off a couch or whatever it is. So there we add another more impacts to the nerve system. Stress that could be accumulating, damaging the spine and the nerve system. So then we get a little older, we are walking now, we're in school, maybe we're on a skateboard, right? We're playing sports, getting knocked around in high school, football. So those are more physical stresses that can affect us. And then let's say, a 15-year-old boy in high school, the love of his life gets dumped by his girlfriend or something, devastating emotional stress, and that gets locked into the system. Right? So then we get older, and then we get our desk job, and we're sitting for hours a day, etc. So this is sort of how we interpret sort of the life of the average 30 or 40-year-old that might be coming to see us for the first time in our office that's never had chiropractic care. And what we like to say in the care that we do, the network care, we like to say that we help the body unwind this stress that's happened over the course of your lifetime. So even though this is sort of like an example, if we think of this as let's say these are your hips, for example. If you lie down on the table, you can see that one hip is going to be pulled up like this, and then you lie on my table. If I look at your legs, this leg is actually going to look shorter than the other one. So a lot of people that come here, obviously we're checking your legs quite regularly, seeing what kind of tension is in there and those kind of things, and what leg might appear short. It's not really physically shorter most of the time, it's actually just there's more tension, and that sort of twisting and accumulation of tension within the spinal cord, the spine, and the tissues are actually causing an apparent short leg, and that's why we look at those things. So I've had many people that have come to me that had like a centimeter or centimeter and a half difference of their leg lengths, and then as we do the network care, the body starts to learn how to unwind this stress, how to find it, how to breathe into it, how to release it. And over time, if people are getting the care regularly like they should be, they'll hopefully get to the point where they might be operating with a really healthy spine that has a lot of ease in it, and maybe the legs have evened out. Sometimes it can happen in one visit, sometimes it happens over the course of months or years sometimes that people are coming into care. And so then we have somebody that's functioning with their nervous system as free as possible, with their best opportunity for that ease to be represented within the body and the body's tissues. And then you add in things like the somatorespiratory integration exercise that we teach, and you can add that ease to the front of your body with the organs and all your tissues in the front. And you put those two together with what I do in the back and what you do in the front, and we really have a holistic approach to healthcare for your body. So hopefully that was an interesting health tip. A lot of people have said this has kind of really helped turn on the lights and make them understand chiropractic regularly, and understand the concept of chiropractic and the chiropractic principle, and how we like to keep the nervous system functioning like this as optimally as possible. So I personally try to get checked once a week, and so I always tell people if it's good enough for me, it should be good enough for you too. And everybody can find their schedule and their frequency of regular wellness visits, but that's part of the concept to help people understand how stress, physical, chemical, and emotional stresses can affect our lives and our health, and how chiropractic can make a big difference in your life. So if you'd like to get checked and you'd like this kind of information, please share the video, call the office if you'd like an appointment, and we'd like to take care of you. We'll see you in the next video.